Hi everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. The family was heading off this morning to go on a beach break, so just getting them in the car and all that goes with babies and little children. So apologies for being a little bit late, but here we are now. How are you all? We're about to go into the new moon, so it's the very last of the dark moon phase. So it's been a lot going on. Seems to always be a lot going on. In particular, well, what I've been really working on and observant with is relationships. It's interesting having a family member back in my close realm, so my eldest son, and haven't been around his energy for 3 years. And it's so interesting how unresolved issues can be loosened up, let's say, for the opportunity to have a look at, is that serving me anymore? Could I let that go? I really love the process if we're able to stay in observation of it. And, I've been triggered a couple of times and then gotten into observation of it, because then I can see, wow, that dynamic, that way of being, that's no longer me, and I'm not responsible for anybody else's responses. I'm only responsible for my own responses. So looking at what's coming up for me. So I don't know if that's been occurring for you in some way, shape or form, but certainly been what's occurring for me. So paying attention in this dark moon phase, wow, hi everyone, is really the opportunity that we have for each moon cycle. And this whole idea of women having premenstrual syndrome, which is syndrome, like seriously, what harsh words that we can come up with. But the idea is that if we set our intentions at the new moon, or just after we've bled, whatever, if we're still bleeding, we set the intentions for that cycle and we follow the phase. So we follow the building energy up to the full moon, then we follow the letting go energy all the way to the dark of the moon, where we sit in reflection and look back at what worked, what didn't work, what has really triggered us, what's really grated with us, so that we can have a look at it. It's never about anybody else. I mean, it's not saying that other people don't behave poorly and we might need to bring that into relationship, but it's our response to it that is so important. So when we do that in the dark of the moon phase, then we release and let go, and we come to the new moon fresh. But what happens in this world that we live in, where we're not taught to actually acknowledge all of our feelings and welcome all of our feelings, so we suppress. And what happens is we carry it around and around each cycle, and it builds up like a pressure cooker, and then we blow. And that's been termed as premenstrual syndrome, and it's just not. So if we can look at our lives and ourselves, and if we're no longer bleeding, if we're post-bleeding, then we look at the moon cycle. So right now we're at dark of the moon. So this opportunity, and I've certainly been journaling a lot over the last few days about what's coming up for me. I've even been awake at 2 in the morning and done some extra journaling, because it's fresh there and the feelings were fresh for me to respond to. So that's the opportunity that we have when we live this very connected way of living, paying attention to the cycles within us. We are powerful people, and if we listen to the clues from our bodies and our emotions, then we can live really cleanly as the fullest version of ourselves. So that's a little about the energy. So there you go. That's the answer to your question. How are you, Lisa? I think I've answered that. Hi, Tony. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for ages. I will definitely pull a card for everybody. Hey, Teresa. Nice to see you as well. I'm writing all these down. Hey, Brooke. I'll pull an overall card and then I'll get on and do some individuals. Hi, Monica. Lovely to see you. All right, let's pull an overall card. Excuse me. Yeah, okay. It's wanting to come, so we will go with it. Resilience. So this is this carrying around the load. What's weighing you down right now, and what could you be looking at, which really is what we were just speaking about then. What's weighing you down? What feels heavy for you? What could you be looking at there so that you could release some of that energy that's weighing you down? Pardon me, which is exactly what I was just speaking about. So you don't have to be all things for all people. Okay, beautiful. Alrighty, let's get on. Tony. Wisdom. Wisdom from what you've learned, from the journey that you have walked, and raising your vibration. So that's the elevated positioning she's got, and she's looking forward to what she wants, not looking back, and looking forward. And you know, that's not to say we don't want to acknowledge when wounds or emotions come up from time to time from our past. We sit with them so that we can honor them and acknowledge them. A little bit like, you know, I often say this, I was saying this to a client the other day, it's like a child going, mum, 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 mum. And if we don't stop and acknowledge them, that will keep happening, mum, 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 mum. And so too will our body symptoms will keep going like that, or we'll keep feeling titchy or whatever those things are, until we stop and we go, yes, come here, come here. I acknowledge you. Share with me. What is that? Just giving space for that emotion to express itself. And quite often it will dissipate and you learn something more about yourself. You acknowledge it and it's able to transform and move. So this is calling for acknowledging that which comes up, but looking to your future to create the life that you choose, reminding you that you are in the driver's seat. Okay, that said, it's landed. Bear with me. Excuse me. Okay, let's moving on to Teresa. Here we go. If you have a particular question, hold the energy of that question. There we go. And we've got the unexpected. So this is, straight away, this is, I got definitely in meditation. So it's not always in meditation, but this is a different portal. So we're looking through to connecting with the divine, to the matrix that the information is coming through from your higher self, from your guides, from your spirit team, and sitting in that place. So if you've got a particular question that is occurring for you, and I'm just being reminded of something myself, quickly writing it down so it doesn't flow out again. Beautiful. To sit in meditation with it and to really open, and now I know this is not new information for you, but in this there's something particular that's wanting to come through for you, and it will come through in the meditation. So it's really making sure that you are giving enough time in your meditation practice to be really allowing that new information to come in. All right, it's landed, they said. Good. Brooke. Realization. Again, this is a different, you're looking through the keyhole, right? Not this is night, and then this is night, and then day. So what I'm being reminded of here, have you had that experience of when you first wake up, when your mind is quiet, that some clarity really comes through? So if you've got a question about something or unsure about something, and I'm just asking if this is connected to what we spoke about last week, and it does feel like it has some connection to what we spoke about last week, and it's saying to do that practice of handing it over at night. So I've shared this with you all before, that I have a practice of when I go to sleep at night, not every night, but sometimes, and particularly if there's something that is sitting on my heart and I'm wanting some extra information around it, I will hand it over to my team, and I give thanks, knowing, and I say, I hand this over, knowing that you will respond with clear, precise, gentle information for me. And often when I wake first thing in the morning, it's there. It might come through in a dream, but it's often right there as I wake up, and I go, oh, right, okay, that's what I need to do, or that's the next piece to that puzzle. So paying attention to that. It's a great idea to have a journal or something that you can, you can always reach for your phone, something that you can write down first thing when you wake, so that you've got that, you can remember it, because often it comes in and goes out quite quickly. Beautiful. Alrighty, Lisa Turner, yes, of course. Lisa Longren, yes, there we go. And Monica, yes. Hey, Sharon. Absolutely. What's Tony saying? What about if you're menopausal? So menopausal, so still bleeding or not, if your cycles aren't clear, if you stop bleeding, go with the moon. If your cycles aren't clear, go with the moon. The moon is always there and has that cyclical nature that does affect us, because we know it affects the tides, it affects our tides as well. So so going with the moon. So right now we're in about 14 hours we'll have the new moon. So right now we're in dark moon. So if you've got the opportunity, do some journaling today about what this cycle has been for you, the things that are just on your mind at the moment, what you want to let go of, and then later on today or first thing tomorrow morning, write down your intentions for the next cycle ahead, and keep that on repeat. Beautiful. Hey Natalie, how are you doing? And of course you can have a card. Awesome. And Tony's saying thank you so much. Beautiful. Okay. Lovely, lovely. All right, Lisa Turner. It is there. Extremes. So we're talking about balance again. And this is your, you know, well, I think you're busy a lot of the time, but I can feel that building energy towards Christmas and all that comes. So how do you pace yourself? So this is like, it's instead of saying, I've been super busy and I need to bring balance, this is about bringing the balance in as you're getting busier. So this can, you know, I can see some people cringing, but the more planning you do, planning, just Sharon's popped into my head. So I remember having a conversation with Sharon where she plans to have at least a day, a quiet day after she's done big events. So how can you be planning that, Lisa, so that you're making sure without the guilt, right? Because it's part of your business plan, your business strategy, that you need a time to rest and recover before you go again. So this card is saying get out ahead of it and plan your balance. Oh, okay. Haven't had that before, but I think that's great advice. Let me just have a sip of my broth. Beautiful. Okay, Lisa L, let's go. Just one card, please. There we go. Okay, abundance. It was upside down, and I don't often pay attention to that, but what I feel that message is that if you're feeling at all a bit stretched and you've noticed yourself going into a little bit of lack, the antidote to that is to start naming all the abundance that you have in your life. And that's what this card is definitely about. You're looking there and you're seeing the abundance of nature, the abundance of light from the full moon, the abundance of animals. So how do we start? I'm grateful for the sun being out. I'm grateful for my swimming pool in this hot weather. I'm grateful for the fans that keep the air moving. I'm grateful for the air conditioning. I'm grateful for my car. Grateful for my family. I'm grateful, and just really start to go into, you know, Esther Hicks says an abundance rampage or a gratitude rampage, and that will really shift your energy away from that lack feeling or that feeling of overwhelm. We can have, you know, bills all come in at one time, and then we're thinking forward to Christmas and we're going, oh, how am I going to do it all? Well, you will do it all, but you'll do it all more comfortably from a place of abundance. Okay, they said she got that, so fantastic. Monica, I'm really enjoying your videos, Monica, and for anybody that isn't watching them, please go over to YouTube, or maybe Monica can put the link in again for us, because they're lots of fun and they're lovely. Boundaries. This is the topic that I'm going to be speaking about in Women's Circle next month. Boundaries. And there was a beautiful quote, or I was listening to a podcast with Jay Shetty or Shetty, I'm not sure how everybody pronounces that, and he said boundaries isn't it about controlling other people's actions, it's about controlling our own responses to how other people treat us. So think about that for a minute. So we know the saying, we teach people how to treat us, but it's not about controlling the other person, because we know we cannot do that. That's not our role, and it's not an elevated position to be coming from to try to control another person. But what we can do is to control our responses to how somebody treats us. So say, for instance, somebody was standing there and really being very critical of you and, you know, speaking not very nicely. You can either stay there and keep letting them do that, or you can walk away. So find the ways, and I know that that can be uncomfortable, but that's another act of saying, you know what, this is actually negatively affecting me, and I'm going to take care of myself in this. So this could be happening on a subtler level. So boundaries. The more we put ourselves out there, there can be fears about how are people going to respond to that. And again, we can't control them, but we can control our response to it. Okay. Beautiful. Sharon. And then I'll do a quick refresh to see who else is here and who else would like. There we go. Surrender. Feeling into that a little bit more. Surrender. What have you been mulling over that you could release to allow more to come in? I'm just waiting to see if there's any further information on that. Being shown your puppy dog. I'm going to sit with that for a minute. Let me just do a quick refresh. Oh, wow. Hi, Barbara. Yes, of course. All right. Okay. Sharon, I think you know. Brooke saying many thanks. Hi, Catherine. Yes, of course. Lisa, thank you, Kim. I've been creating stock to build up for Christmas rush, and because this, I am not chasing my tail. I am enjoying my creating at a very relaxed and happy place. I have been busy, but it's all positive and moving forward. Lovely, lovely. So often these cards can be, you know, confirmation as well. So that's really beautiful. Thank you for putting that link up, Monica. And hi, Penelope. Lovely to see you. And of course, yeah, so I suggest that, let me know, Sharon, if that resonates or if we need more clarity on that. All right, Natalie, thank you for putting that link up, Monica. I suggest, if you feel, to follow Monica's YouTube. It's lovely. It's just lovely. I love watching them. So we're talking about creation, and this is a conversation with your higher self and creating the plans. So we're talking about sitting, and when we talk about your higher self, we're talking about not your fearful self, or not your self that's done it a certain way in the past. This is the new version of yourself that you're working on, which is interesting because we were talking about that the other day when you were here. So, you know, there are beautiful plans ahead for you, and I can see this beautiful, it's actually filled with lots of sparkling. It's like a like a runway with lots of sparkles in it. For you, the opportunity is there for you to walk that pathway, and it's a new pathway, but it's saying, so we want to have this conversation with your higher self. And one of the things I really like to say in these situations is, if there were no limitations, who would I be being and what would I be doing? And, you know, journal that, because from there you connect in with your heart and you really get to the heart of your desires, and then you start slowly to walk that path, little by little. Not to overwhelm yourself, but small steps, and you know, we talked about that as well. So really beautiful. You're being really encouraged down that pathway, which you absolutely knew anyway, so that's lovely. All right, Barbara. And Sharon, just let me know how that surrender card is sitting, or did you need more clarity? Barbara, we've got beauty. This is a stop and smell the roses. And, you know, again, another question that I often ask, which it's amazing how we don't ask ourselves these questions, but what is beauty to you? What makes your heart sing? What opens your heart space? Is it, you know, nature? Is it beautiful music? Is it beautiful food? Is it dancing? Whatever these things are, as we move forward in our life, that's about balance. We want to bring more and more of these into our, not special occasions, but into our, these are things that help me to stay on track. These are things that help me be connected. So what are these things for you? And make sure that you're moving forward with these things. Okay. Lovely. Catherine. And then I'll do another refresh after Penelope. This one card, thank you. Okay, there it is. Patience. So Catherine, patience. Have you been making some changes? I feel like this is a moon phase. So being really clear about, I can see you writing down your intentions for the new moon. So getting clear about it. And if you want some guidance on that, some intentions to write is, what do you want for your family, for yourself, for your community, for your world? And, you know, one of those beautiful questions is, what is the world that I want to live in? So on a world scale, on a community scale, on a family scale, on a personal scale. So that can help us to set those intentions, and then we work towards those. Because it's so easy for us to get caught up in the things that look like they're not working out so well. And we have to keep reminding ourselves we're the ones with the magic wand in our hand. Okay, beautiful. Penelope. Okay. Patience. So patience. Patience with yourself. I'm hearing this, I should be further along than I am, or something along those lines. Please stop that, because your soul knows exactly what she's doing. Your soul is having the experience that you're meant to be having, and we want to be enjoying every moment of it. This is a, hopefully, if we're fortunate enough, life is a marathon, not a sprint. And I know how easy it is to get caught up with, I wish this phase was past, or, but I tell you, I mean, it's so interesting. I know it's intense with children. I mean, believe me, I've forgotten how busy 4-year-olds are and how non-stop they are until they go to sleep. It is about being as present as you can with where you're at, keeping your dreams alive, and keeping the belief and the patience. The balloon is your passion, right? Keep making your prayers, keep talking to your angels, remember who you are. Don't forget who you are. Remember that beautiful, light-hearted, whimsical woman that you are underneath all of the roles that you play. Remember her. Make sure you let her out to play, and be patient with yourself. Okay, let's do a refresh. I'm eager to see if Sharon was with this. Okay, let me just go up here a little bit. Hi Tina, absolutely. Barbara's saying, thank you, no problem. Morning, I am well, Tina, thank you. Catherine. I love that. We are looking at moving interstate and there's a lot to think about. I hear you. I'll take that advice and journal it all. That will help. Thanks, Kim. It's big moving states, but I tell you, my life has changed so much in the 4 years since we left the Highlands. Like, everything has changed so much, and I love it. I'm so grateful that we made the change because of what was important to me. I'm a very present grandma, a little bit of a worn out grandma at times, but I'm a very present grandma. And I know that grandmas have an important role. There's a lot of whispering I need to do for my girls and to share the knowledge that I've accumulated over these 63 years thus far. So, yeah, go for it, Catherine, and trust. There's a lot of surrender in that process too. Penelope saying, I literally said that this morning. Tina, of course you can have a card. I'm so impatient. Well, sometimes you're impatient and sometimes you're very patient. And I feel like I failed. Oh, honey, I reckon if we were able to see everybody and I said, put up your hand if you've ever felt like you've failed, everybody would put up their hand, because that we get set up like that in this society. And that's why women coming together to remind each other that we're doing great. We're not perfect. We're not meant to be perfect. Remember, your children have chosen you because you are the best guide for them, for their souls. That doesn't mean, Mum, I need you to be perfect, because that wouldn't allow them to make mistakes and learn from their perceived mistakes. That's how we learn in life. Nala was saying that to me this morning as she was holding Elna, and she just let her flip over a little bit, and she said, it's okay to make mistakes. And I said, absolutely, it's okay to make mistakes. Then we get the opportunity to do it again differently. So beating yourself up in all of that is not going to serve anybody. And what are you teaching your children? Not to put extra pressure on you. And honey, like, I think very few of us, life has turned out the way we thought it might. What is that saying? Life is what happens when we're busy making plans, or something like that. Like, your soul is leading you in the right direction, even if you don't know what that direction is. And remember, I'm always here. So many ways at the moment. Yeah, well, let's all send a big virtual hug to Penelope at the moment, and remember that you are doing great. You're a beautiful woman. You're a beautiful human. You're a beautiful soul. And, connect in with the essence of yourself, and remember your dreams, and, look at the things that you've done. You've birthed 2 babies, and you've course corrected. Not that I like using that terminology, still have a bit of PTSD around that. So just keep moving forward at your pace, making sure that you are your own best friend and you're being kind and loving to yourself. And reach out when you need that extra support. Okay. All right, how are we doing, everyone? Oh, I have tears right now. Good, then you let it land, so that's beautiful. Thanks for the inspiration. My second child is moving to Queensland to be near his sister, and I feel like I need to be near them and have a new empty nest lifestyle. Well, let me tell you, Catherine, when we left the Highlands, my daughter had gone already to Brisbane, and I always knew I wanted to be a present grandma, but I had this feeling that Ellie was going to need me, and I had no idea what that looked like. And as I've shared here before, we had a 3.5-year fertility journey, 7 rounds of IVF, and I tell you, it was a very challenging and dark time for her. And as a mama, watching your child feeling like they're not going to be able to do the thing that they believe that they put on earth to do. She's a beautiful mama, and of course we have our beautiful 6-month-old Ivy. I'm so grateful I trusted my intuition and I went to be closer to her, because I'm 15 minutes away from her. So when she calls, I'm 15 minutes from her. I can help her, I can hold her, I can be there, and do the things that we mamas do. So trust your intuition. You will be supported along the way. Let go and trust in that regard. Penelope saying thank you, love you too, my love. Alrighty, I feel like I didn't get a response from Sharon, but she'll message me if she needs more clarity on that. Oh, Catherine, you're doing a great job, Penelope. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Oh, got all the goosebumps. Love it, love it, love it. Keep that good support. That's exactly the intention of this circle, is that we all remind each other that we're not alone, that we all have tough times, and that we believe in you. So, all right. Take good care. If I can be of service to any of you, please reach out and let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to, and please go and subscribe to Monica's channel. And if anybody else has got anything you want to share with us, please do so here. That's the point of this circle. All right, darlings, love you lots, and we'll see you again next week. Bye, everyone.